Guys, I'm here with Victor from Bloody Elbow. And last time during our talk, we mentioned where is the MMA in India slash is there MMA in India? So I decided, why don't we look? Why don't we look for the MMA in India? So this is from a viewer. His friend was competing in shout out to Bidang Fighting Championship. So this is in Guwahati. So I don't know which one is the viewer's friend, which actually could be better because then we're not biased.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is
It's
pretty
gonna
good frame
really,
rate for you, right? You can
it's
kind of
gonna
you can
really
see
suck
this.
if it's just gonna really suck if we're like we just start trashing the guy. Like that guy had no clue what he was doing. It's like, oh, that's the never
That's
mind.
true. But I think the fact that they sent this to us, I think they're prepared for it just in case.
I hope
So
so.
yeah. So okay, and just let me know if you need me to pause at any time. We can kind of pause.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, starts out with a little kick to the
All right,
thigh, missed.
all right. Engaging, looking
Yeah,
for distance, right? Just trying
that's
to
right.
sniff out reactions.
Yep.
All right.
No
Got
jabs
him like
being thrown yet. Oh, caught the leg.
oh, there
Oh,
we go.
okay.
Never mind. Scooped him
Okay.
up. My man got the accountant tan too. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy on the
Oh,
bottom is panicking. Ooh, 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 very bad.
there's Mount. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
oh,
punch your way
oh,
out
he
of
gave
that.
it
Oh. Ooh, kind of a
potentially a
viable
belly
attack.
down armbar.
No, he doesn't have it
He
yet.
does have it.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Not yet. Oh,
Oh boy, dude on the bottom though. Dude on the bottom though. Surprise. Hold up. Where's the other arm? Is it inside?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think
No, you
so.
ain't slamming your way out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hammer fist. That might do it.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, the other arm is in. Oh
It
no.
isn't. Okay.
Yeah, but he's too far back now. Guy's postured up
Mhm.
too much.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're trying.
See, he
Oh,
gave
oof,
up on it.
but
Ooh,
he
don't give
failed
up your
on it.
back. Ooh.
Yee.
Now it's just
Okay.
goes
Oh,
back to kind of
okay.
street
Nice right
fighting.
hand counter coming up. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, white shorts. I see you. All right.
Yeah. White shorts is now starting to jab. Black shorts is
Yeah.
throwing overhands.
Well, they remembered. They both remembered. Oh wait, we can punch too. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Boxing. All right. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know, one thing about Indian MMA is that if you go for a double leg, the headlock is guaranteed. Everything else after that is not.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's been like a. I mean, you see that everywhere, but the way that there's just like no real other deterrent, no other real threat other than maybe trying to go for a half-hearted guillotine. That's just not. Now, where are they now? I mean, the placement of the camera doesn't help much.
Yeah.
It's not the fault of
Yeah.
the person shooting the video. I mean, it is
Yeah.
what it is. But
Yeah.
uh, let's
Looks
see
like
here.
it's a one camera setup they have here for this event.
This is probably just shot on a phone, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Controlling with the head. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Pressing against the cage. I like this. Using strength, trying to pin the hip, I believe. Am
Yeah.
I wrong here? Let me
I
see.
think so. Of course, the
Yeah,
official's
the
in the
ref
way of
is
the
in there. Yeah.
camera.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, he's in a good spot at least. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can at least supervise the action properly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah. I don't know how many minutes these rounds are. I don't know if they're 2 or 3 minutes, but maybe the guy on bottom might be trying to stall to the end of the round.
It might be a pro full five. I mean, there's no timer because again, this is probably shot on a phone. But
Yeah.
wait a minute, wait a
Oh.
minute. Here we go.
Oh.
Attempting mount. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Everybody back up.
Nope.
Body
Back
lock.
down.
Oh, buddy, no. Oh, all right.
Oh, he ate that elbow.
Oof. These guys are going for it, man. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these guys are clearly not, you know, neither one of these guys is going to be competing at an elite level in the next 5 months. But in terms of grit and determination, hey, man.
Yeah. And you can tell they've gone through the whole MMA curriculum. It's just they have to kind of get it ingrained in their system more.
Yeah, their phases, their phase shifting isn't clicking right.
Yeah. I love that word,
But,
phase shifting. That's exactly what it is. Like, yeah.
I mean, the point from grappling to striking to like, wait, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
That's not right there yet, but they have the right idea for what they're doing mostly, especially what you see when they're standing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here it's like, okay, they're hugging, but where do we go from here?
Yeah.
It seems like they're very. Oh, wait, body lock again.
He was
Drag
thinking
down.
of.
Oh, back take. Okay.
Oh, he's about to. He's trying to flatten him out. Oh, hard to get the
Yeah, he only
hooks
got
in
one
if he's
hook in.
turtled.
He got one hook in, I think.
Oh, he got one. Oh yeah, that's right. His left hook in.
Yeah, but he can't seem to get the. Oh, and see, this is the thing, right? It's that these guys understand the basic positions and tenets of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just don't seem to have much more of step two.
Yeah.
Like when they're standing with the body. Okay, see, there you go. Good.
Yeah.
Both hooks in, awesome. But if the guy manages to sneak out, oh wait, no, hang on.
Oh,
punches again. Nice.
Oh,
that's good.
Oh, he kind of stumbled his way into mount the white shorts.
Full mount.
Yeah. Guy on the bottom's trying to control the posture of the guy on top too. So.
Well, he's doing the Richard Pryor thing where, you know, his dad punched him in the chest, so he clenched his chest so he could stop whooping his ass. He's not just hold him. He's just trying to like, just please stop hitting me. Like that's what it's not so much the posture. It's like, well, if I can just, you know, the hug of life, you know,
the hug of life. I love it. Okay, so it looks like it went to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
They get a pretty long break. Okay, here we go. So this is second.
That was a pretty chaotic round, but I respect it. It wasn't bad.
I'm glad they're shifting to a position on camera where we can actually see.
Yeah, until the ref decides to get in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So they're starting it the same exact way the first round started. Like kick fencing.
It's a replay of the first round.
Yeah.
I guess this is. I mean, I guess this is like is this like a standard game plan in certain gyms, or
I guess like, so, huh?
Like you know, like all the Minnesota gyms start one way or something. I don't know. Is this what they're doing here in Guwahati? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait, hold up. Something with the glove or the hand?
Yeah, I think something with the glove. Wow. Huh.
All right.
There it goes. Again, it's the leg kicks.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also a way to gauge reaction and distance and timing. And then, oof, nice left.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. My man's launching heat. There we go. Mixing it up. Good.
Yep.
I mean, it's smart to start with your kicks. You know, it's not, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the worst case scenario, you at least figure out where the guy's at and how far you can reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, you're at least trying to destabilize his base. So that's good.
Yeah.
And besides, not like there's that much of a threat of the takedown. I mean, these guys are not NCAA caliber. That's, you know, it's not a knock on them. It's just.
Yeah. There he is.
Here we go. Here we go. Boom, like a land shark. My man.
Yep. Well, I think White definitely took the round before, and now White Shorts is probably going to take this round if it goes to decision. I have a feeling they're both so tired that probably some kind of submission or some kind of.
Oh, there it is, right around the neck. He didn't see that.
He tapped. Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, he didn't even try to fight it.
Well, he couldn't because he snatched it up real quick. He probably didn't really even have much of a chance to shoot his hands up and defend against the opposite hand, you know? If you look at the grip, but.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a rear naked choke finish. Again, for viewers, both Victor and I haven't seen this before, so we're reacting with just like you guys are watching for the first time. So I'm going to shift this, make this a little slower.
I respect that, though, because you saw how we pinned that right hand down to try to open up for more punches. And then look, the hand, the controlling hand. So you got the choking hand on the bicep and the other hand, free one behind the head. Really tough to get out of that, man. He sneaked. Look at that. He just snuck in. It's like no can defend, like Mr. Miyagi. Where are you going to go now?
Exactly. I see.
He's going to jail now. And he got him.
Yeah, like you said, because the right arm was pinned, he basically only had this left arm to try to defend. He was basically helpless at this point.
Right, exactly. Look at the left hand. Like, what's he going to do from there? He's going to try to do one of those behind the back punching, behind my head type things, you know? And that's not going to work. We've seen that.
Yeah, exactly. That was the first clip. I think that was pretty good. And we will definitely feature a lot of Indian MMA. I mean, I told my viewer, I'm like, give this Fight League a heads up that we might cover them. He said, okay. So, Victor, I'll also share with you their channel. So in the future, you could check them out if they have more events. But again, we love trying to find new things, right? And this seems like a new thing to kind of feature since we don't know much about Indian MMA, at least in this kind of like amateur / local circuit.
A bit of a ride, that fight. It had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It was fairly exciting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
You know, and again, look, even though this is not, I mean, this is probably like, I don't want to say that it's, again, I do not mean to disrespect or disparage these fighters in any way. This isn't high caliber. It's not amateur plus. It's slightly above that. They did fairly well with what they had. Limited, but at least they did a lot of things right. There were a lot of things properly, and you have to respect that. So guys clearly seem to be fairly well conditioned, and they're also guys that are taking this very seriously.
Yeah.
And that was cool. See, that's the kind of thing that I don't mind watching, sitting down for like 20, 30 minutes and then watching a couple of fights like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like sewer level, the sort of thing that you see in so many. I mean, good God, like people like to trash MMA from different places. Like Indian MMA has gotten a bad rap for so long, but Jesus, do you know how much shitty American MMA I got to sit through?
Oh yeah.
You know how many, so many like horrific Brazilian shows I've had to sit through, and these are places that are known for creating dynasty.
Yeah.
So, you never know, man. You never know what you're gonna find. It's 2022.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with a country where it's very popular, like in Brazil or in America. Because it's very popular, you're going to go both extremes. You're going to get really good and really bad, and people forget about the really bad.
Yeah, they do. And those places have even less of an excuse. Like, the US is far less of an excuse to have terrible fights because of the fact that we've got so many prominent gyms. But then again, a lot of these gyms are in the middle of nowhere. Folks go to the first gym that they find. Not everybody has the money to move out to, be down the street from Jerry and train at Cordero's. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not everybody has the money to go down to Coconut Creek and train under Conan Silvera and them and Steve Mako. So I mean, you do what you can with what you got.
Yeah.
But in India, you don't really have. It's so much more limited, which makes stuff like this much grittier, but at the same time more impressive to me because like these dudes got heart, but they're also within the limitations that they have, they really are squeezing the most out of the instruction and the facilities that they have around them and their training environment and partners.
Yeah. And adding on to what you said, you can tell when they're fighting, both of them, both the fighters know they're carrying kind of the future of MMA in India on their backs. They know people like us are going to be watching.
Well, maybe they do. I mean, maybe they don't because it's a local show, but I think that the thing is that at least they're repping for their gym. They rep for their city. They know that, it's a lot more than just I'm gonna make $100 at the end of the night or not. If I win or lose. I think it's far more atomized than that necessarily. But when you get to the shows that are a little more, I mean, what major organization is there coming out of India? We had Super Fight League a while ago, but their name ain't ringing like that.
Yeah.
You don't see them online like that anymore. What big MMA organization is there coming out of India now? I'd like to see more, but again, it's a very fractured scene. So until we see that, then we're probably going to be seeing more of what you just mentioned of like, these guys who are like, okay, shit, the eyes of more places are going to be focused here. And we need to like really make sure we step it up and go right.
Exactly. And with that being said, that's a perfect segue. So I'm about to share my screen. But before I share my screen, I guess I might as well share the website of this thing that's about to happen. So World Series of Martial Arts, and my buddy Jason already is doing jiu-jitsu tournaments, but now we're going to have a push hands tournament.
I hear World Series of anything that isn't baseball or poker, it's already looking suspect, but also wildly intriguing.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we really doing here, guys?
Well, if you look, there's the winner can get the winner of the push hand tournament can get $1,000, man.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I will show you probably what it's going to look like. So this is called fixed step push hands. So basically, if any of your feet move, then you lose.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of this. Yes, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it's gonna look something like this. The difference is there's gonna be foot pads, so that way there's no ambiguity about if your foot leave. Right here, it's like, oh, my foot shifted, but it didn't actually. This is this a move, right? So I think in World Series of Martial Arts, when they do the Tai Chi, there's going to be foot pads just to kind of make it less subjective as to whether your foot left the foot pads or not. So this is from the channel Jan. Jan's he's competed in Taiwan, actually beat the Taiwanese in push hands. So he's a pretty cool dude. And so in that case, if both of them leave, usually it counts as a draw. So nobody got the point there.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll see a lot of kind of, if you can't win. Oh, so that case, I think because his foot left the ground and touched the ground before he ever moved, it counted towards the guy in black.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so yeah, in that case, yeah, the judging's gonna. I think it's gonna be interesting. The judging's definitely gonna. We'll have to see how they go through situations that could be interpreted ambiguously. Okay, so that case, the white definitely won because he didn't move his feet, and the black.
Okay.
Yeah, I might even watch this in a slower rate. Yeah, so
I,
like, yeah,
I don't. Okay, but I don't think I guess I'm probably in my head too much. I'm wondering, like, if I were in this situation, what would this feel like? Not so much
hmm
what would I do, because I'm not clearly I'm not an expert in this sort of deal.
hmm
But like, what would this feel like for me? And I don't understand, because I'm seeing these guys pushing, and there's a lot of wow, this push, and then they both explode, right? Like in if you remember playing Samurai Showdown, right? Like
yeah,
the clash of swords, right? And then they both lose their weapon because there's too much going on. There's the tension, and so I see a lot of that. I mean, it seems like this is going to be something that takes a while, right? I don't know. This is suddenly this feels a lot more slightly more complicated and a lot more drawn out. I
yeah,
don't.
yeah. And the my answer to you is I don't know because I don't know what to expect tomorrow. My friend's a jiu-jitsu aikido guy, so he's gonna go about it. Since we're gonna release this after the tournament, so I don't mind sharing the strategy. He's gonna do a lot of aikido connection. He's gonna be almost like a brick. So his thought is, if the Tai Chi is trying to push him, he's gonna use that aikido to be a brick. So no matter how much they push, they end up going down anyways. So he's gonna approach it differently than what the Tai Chi guys are probably gonna try to do with like off balancing and all the stuff you think about when it comes to Tai Chi.
Right. But what I also liked is that the guy in white pretty much let the dude fall forward off his own momentum from all the pushing. That was like, okay, that's it's good to see that is a viable method of victory,
Yeah.
and that it's not just a matter of like, no, I need to push this guy out of the way. In some ways, it's somewhat like sumo,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Except you're really not supposed to move your feet from where they're. That's fine. That's interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. And some people really equate a lot of this push hand stuff almost to like sumo. That is a really, really good way to describe it.
Right.
So
Well, it's a very basic principle, like Korean Sirium. It's very, very similar to sumo in that respect too. It's just a matter of like finding more. Actually, I'd probably compare this more to Cornish wrestling. Big bulky jackets and shit.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, you're not supposed to move your lower body, like you're keeping your base very strong.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
while trying.
usually the rules, especially when it comes to fixed step, is that you can't even grab or do anything to the lower body. So your knees can kind of try to push each other, but your arms can't really touch the lower body.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I have to look up Cornish wrestling. I don't know too much about it, but it looks like something that should be featured too.
Yeah, it looks like guys. It's standing grappling with giant things. They look like straight jackets.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and they mostly, like, a lot of the time you see that they're doing it outside and it's hot. It's weird. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting theoretically. I don't particularly find it very entertaining, but
Mm-hmm.
it looks challenging.
I
I
see.
respect it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably not something for me, but
Yeah.
that's a personal preference.
And then I will share you one more thing. This is from Jan's channel too. So this,
On
it looks like it's fixed step, but it's also only one-handed, which is interesting, which is not how they're going to compete in the tournament that they're going to put on for the World Series of Martial Arts. But this is another type of interpretation. Oh, that guy wanted to use his other hands.
nice.
That's interesting. So, yeah, so I guess this creates a different type of, because of the rule set, it creates a different type of movement and a different strategy set. And that's what Jan is trying to explain here. So, oh, using the shoulders. Oh,
Mm.
so this is no-handed.
So I presume this is all just preparation in terms of like developing the kinds of strength and balance
Yeah,
for. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think so. I mean, for me, what I got out of the push hands when I trained with Jan is just think about your hip positioning. And that's what I talked about in the Aikido video. It's a
Yeah.
really good way to kind of break down a lot of complicated things. But with push hands, since your feet are planted, there's less to think about when it comes to movement. So, okay, you very quickly understand, wow, if my hips are not in the right place and my center of gravity is not right, I'm getting dropped immediately. So I think this guy's kind of sort of figuring out. See, he's lowering his hips lower than Jan's.
Yeah. Wow.
So of course the danger to this is you don't want to be too low too, right? Then they can make you sit on your butt. So it's all like you have to find the balance, so to speak. But he's having much more success, you see, when he's understanding hip positioning.
I struggle with this because it's like, damn, the foot sweep is right there.
Yeah, exactly. The foot sweep or the single legs right there.
God, it's like,
yeah.
I'll let you keep the no hand thing, fine, but like, shit, it's so tempting. The trip is right there. You know what I mean? Like, sneak my foot behind his and then just whoop. You know?
Yeah, whoop. Exactly.
Bump him over like Ram Man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and that's what most people who don't take Tai Chi for its kind of, okay, let's just take this as an exercise. A lot of MMA people or jiu-jitsu people, wrestlers would be like, well, why would I even train this? I got a back take or I got a foot sweep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, and it makes sense because like in the end, you do ultimately want to train for what's more immediately practical for you, going immediately to the back. But I mean, I do think that there is a place for things like this, like even for wrestling or jiu-jitsu for some people, even if it's only a small amount, because different people learn things at different paces. I have days at jiu-jitsu where like I go in, the instructor teaches us a thing and it's like, boom, I immediately get it and I can immediately apply it in sparring. But those days are sometimes very few and far between because maybe it's my attention span or maybe the body mechanics, maybe it's the way that I'm used to moving. Yeah. There are days where I do not get at all like what's going on. And then sometimes it just takes me a little longer and then down the road, like I'm really good at sharpening it. So I assume that this is not something, at least within an MMA context, or at least from a modern grappling perspective, this seems like something that we can utilize and draw at least something from.
Yeah. Jason, the guy who's putting on the push hands tournament, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, and he uses push hands as a warm-up. So it's just a warm-up. It's not some deadly art. It's not some I will be judo and Tai Chi with my push hands. It's just a warm-up, and it's a good warm-up. So I like how Jason incorporates it. Now, there are people in the Tai Chi community who probably think a little bit too much about the push hands. They interpret a little too much from it, but I think it's one of the best warm-ups.
You see what I just emailed you a bit ago?
Oh, let me see.
I sent you a little video of a high school fight. It's very old. You must have seen it. I imagine you must have seen it at some point. But it was, I had to make sure that you saw it because it was, oh my God, it lives in my head rent free, as the kids say. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
I will take a look right now.
There's high school karate, but it's more of a kung fu stance.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I featured that before. I had to delete the video because, unfortunately, but I know exactly. The kid's like this.
Yeah, he does. He does. But he switches up to this.
He actually wins. Yeah.
I'd shown this to a coworker. And she's like, oh, look, he knows what he's doing because she saw the stance and then she's seeing she's seeing the step over there. And I'm like, look at how he's moving. He doesn't know what's going on. And as soon as the first punch gets thrown, the guy starts doing this.
Yeah.
That's like, what kung fu is that? What is that? Like the playful, the cat playing with the yarn? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, no, stop.
Yeah.
But there's just something about that bullshit type of street antics that I find particularly charming. And God, that fight was so goddamn bad. Oh,
what I'll probably do is I'll put a version of this on the dojo and I'll include the video. So on YouTube I won't have the video, but because it might get in trouble, but on the dojo I'll put that video. I love that video. Like everyone even watching the fight, we're like, oh my God.
You saw that one girl, you hear her go, oh shit.
She was turned on, man. She's like, oh my God.
Bro, imagine being the guy who got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, it might not have been in 4K, but the internet is forever. And this dude has got to live with this for the rest of his life. Yeah. This video will outlive all of us. Yeah. And this dude... I can imagine applying for a job and being denied. Just, ain't you the guy who got drubbed? No. Go home.
Yeah. A very funny story. I saw this on the World's Wildest Videos. Remember when they used to have that show, Wildest Videos or whatever it's called? There was another case similar to this where it was like a pimp and his... what's the street word for his hoe or whatever, and he's just getting mad at her or something, And then what ended up happening was some guy across the street who was a karate master was like, hey, stop fighting, you know, like with his accent. So this pimp, thinks he's an easy guy to pick on. So he walks across the street. The karate guy does the worst kind of this type of swinging back fist. He even has his eyes closed. And he's trying to. So, you know, you can tell he's never really sparred, right?
No.
But it connects with the pimp and knocks him out.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And so it's memorialized. I had trouble finding that word. It's memorialized on camera.
It's immortalized on camera. That's like, you live forever off of that. And, you know, the thing with the back fist not being the vertical one, but the horizontal one, Kung Lee, I remember they did a special on this. One of those clips that the UFC would do, like tips and tricks that the veterans would use. He praised that, and he had used that as one of his main weapons throughout his fighting career, outside and inside of MMA. It was and it's a brilliant thing, and it makes sense. You've got so much more real estate. The meat of the hand is concentrated here. The bone structure is different, and you won't be harming the smaller joints that are here. It's just all mass. It's like you're swinging a hammer. You want to hit it with the flat side, or you want to hit it with the part that's intended to be the hammer part.
Yeah.
It's like, that makes absolute sense. It's genius. But the fact that the guy had to turn his head, dip away, and close his eyes, please.
He did everything wrong when it comes to analysis, but he still connected to the pimp and knocked the pimp out. It was hilarious.
But see, like, there's something about that too. That genre of like the bully getting their comeuppance is amazing, even if it's by the goofiest of all methods for the fight to end. But it's still somewhat oddly satisfying, and it's surprising because statistically, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you put that guy in that same situation 100 more times. What are the odds of that being replicated?
Yeah.
And doing the kind of damage that it did and knocking the guy out?
Yeah.
He might probably graze him. He might probably, connect and make like, silly bitch, your weapons cannot harm me. Like, no, that's not what happened.
Yeah. And the really funny part was, so after the pimp gets knocked down, you know, he comes back and he's trying to walk away looking tough. And it's just so sad because his legs are still wobbly. He's trying to walk away looking tough, and his pants are sagging and everything. It's just like straight out of a movie. It's so funny. I'll definitely send that clip to you. I'm gonna send that clip to you when we finish.
Way after a knockout is not. I just, people don't respect what their body does after it shuts down.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Yeah. It's also funny because, as I just realized this too, and I have to rewatch the footage to confirm what I'm about to say, but I'm pretty sure the karate master had a student with him. So this pimp was going over, even if he thought he could beat the karate master, he was starting a fight with two people. So
he was.
You know, he wasn't thinking correctly. I mean, that was the lesson.
Well,
too.
I mean, he probably thought he could take, but look, sometimes you'll have dudes that'll size somebody up and be like, yeah, this is somebody I can steal on. Oh, he's got a little wimpy friend. I can take him too. So what?
Yeah.
Like, it's all a matter of, and as men, like, we've seen this happen.
Yeah.
We've seen this sort of thing take place. We know people that have engaged in this kind of behavior. That's just what happens when people just have these delusions of, like, you know, it's the bully mentality. So I'm probably sure it had more to do with that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we love seeing these bullies get their comeuppance, because it drives us crazy. We've all been in situations. I mean, I'm sure you, as a jiu-jitsu guy, so you've had situations where you're like, man, if you just took it further, I would choke you out. But, you know, you stop yourself because you know what damage you can do to him if he does do something stupid.
I kind of, my situation is different because when I hear things about to escalate, my whole thing is this sense of dread and the old man sense of like letting out the heavy sigh, like, please don't do that. Like, I don't want to have to be the guy who has to go out there and look, I don't know what he's got in his pockets. If I'm the only one here who's going to have the ability to get up and choke this person out or whatever, it's like, yeah, fine, maybe, but do I really want things to go that I'd rather they not, you know, I'm just more bothered by the fact that, like, dude, you're making it, you know, as they say, you're scaring the homes, like, you're making it uncomfortable for everybody now. Like, stop. And there is something about being more prepared and equipped to handle violence than the average person that makes you really want to stay away from it, because you're like, dude, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to have to talk to the cops. I don't want to be on World Star and have a whole bunch of questions and shit, and possibly now I got to deal with this shit at my job. You know, like that. I have more of that sort of thing. And it's not like I'm some crazy superhero, but
I love that word of dread, because, like, that's exactly what it feels like. You know, I've been in so many situations where I did the right thing. I just walked away. And
You got
because
to.
it's exactly like you said, like, I always tell this to people. For those of you who've never sparred, you don't realize that getting punched in different parts of your face feels different. Most people, they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah.
That
Have
is
you been
so
punched
true.
in the
Oh my God.
eye versus
Oh
punched
my
in the
God.
mouth versus punched
Oh
in the
my God.
nose?
I am so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's so different.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. You're
And
absolutely right. Because like
anyone that
the
doesn't know what
cheekbone
it
and the
feels
chin,
like to
not the
be
same.
punched in different parts of the face should not be getting into fights. And those of us who do, we don't want to get into fights. Dude, here's what I was saying. I was trying to find an analogy to tell people. Getting punched in the eye feels like your soul leaves yourself for a second.
Really?
Yeah, that's a funny way I would describe getting punched in the eye. It's like,
Oh, you get like that wobble, I
yeah,
guess.
it's like because I don't know, like the retina's getting messed up back there, right? It's like, that's how it
maybe
feels
it's
getting punched in the eye.
maybe it's the way the vibration affects the consistency of the eye, the material that it's made of, and you feel that jiggle. You think
Yeah.
it might be maybe it might be that? I don't know.
Probably, but it's just the weirdest feeling. So it's just like, do I want to get that feeling outside of a sparring context? Absolutely not, man.
No, I'm not even worried about getting hit. Like I could probably take the hit. Look,
Mhm.
I come from a long line of sugarcane cutting genetics. I can my body can take a lot of damage. I ain't even worried about that. And I'm not too proud to go out and get my ass beat if it happens fair and square. I just
Mhm.
don't I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this shit. And I feel like the more people realize how absurd a lot of this stuff is, it's fun in a training context. It's great in a competition environment. I don't want to do that shit with some rando in the
Yeah,
streets.
yeah, yeah,
You know, now we got blood all over each other. I don't know what he got.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's that kind of thing that just like, nah, man, I don't I'm not in the mood to get hugged up with some dude who probably got needles in his pockets or
yeah,
whatever. I'm not
yeah,
trying to do that.
yeah. And with that being said, I will share a final funny clip. This clip is just, well,
I'm always in the mood for
yeah,
this, man.
yeah.
I'm looking
This guy
forward
gets a
to
lot of flack even within the Tai Chi community because
it.
of his demonstration. So this might be good. So I wonder what you think about it. So this is Adam Meisner.
Right.
Even the Tai Chi community is often like, "What are you doing?" So this is his interpretation of push hands, and I think that's a little exaggerated. What do you think about
Wait,
that?
hold
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
What's going on? What's going
I
on? Who is the instructor here?
This is the instructor that's making the guy go flying.
But he but this is push hands, but he seemed like he did like a strike to the midsection. Did I miss
Oh, let's go
something?
back and look at it from the beginning. Let's see.
What is
Yeah, this guy gets a lot of flack, but okay, so I guess what we missed was in the beginning. He pulled the student apart to kind of show him something.
uh-huh. Watch his right hand.
Uh-huh. Let's see. So he's here. Oh yeah, it
Left
was kind of like a
left hand. Yeah, like a forearm push.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. But why is he jumping back? Like
Yeah, I think nobody's ever figured this part out. Why is he always jumping back or making a student jump back? Isn't it a little exaggerated? That's what everyone's been trying to figure out. Even the Tai Chi community, a lot of people think it's a little exaggerated. Are you really that much?
why is
And also that.
okay, I want to see how this dude is standing though. Is he planting both feet at all? Is he just staying on his toes? Like, why is he not based enough?
Yeah. So let's look
Hmm.
at the red shirt's feet, which of course is conveniently not shown by the camera, but
Yeah, it's like Rob Liefeld drew this.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like you said,
Oh, come on.
I don't think that's a stress position to make him go like that, you know?
No, but he's not.
Yeah.
I'm just always suspicious when I see a bunch of doughy dudes on a basketball court for a demonstration. Like it's always the same premise. It's always
Yeah.
the same. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of doughy dudes on a basketball court wearing very non-athletic, athletic clothing that they've like never put on before. Like this is the first time he's putting on that rash guard. Like it's that kind of deal. But then I'm seeing this and I'm not. It just doesn't. When you have like okay, so you're putting a puzzle together, and somehow the pieces just don't fit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know what the image is supposed to look like, and this is what's going on here. Okay, I understand. I know what Tai Chi looks like. I don't know what I'm watching here. What is this? Why are the physics of this so random?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I don't understand why in this particular context the guy's flying back and it's springing back and forth. Like this seems like he's sort of got a savant movement. Where he's supposed to stay light on his feet. Well, goddamn. I mean, anybody can succeed at pushing people like that. I assume, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is he not teaching him proper defense? Why this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it. It doesn't. None of this sits right with me. It's just a mess.
Exactly. And that's one of those. Maybe we can do a video. So this is a potential tease for another video where we just look at this guy's stuff, because this guy has some really weird, janky stuff. So we can just look at his stuff more and just kind of critique it from our perspectives. So yeah. So for viewers watching, I think Victor needs to go soon. So this was a shorter talk, but we're probably going to do this every week or something like that, because every time I talk with Victor, it's awesome. So, and Victor,
that's easy to do. Look who I'm talking to. We always have fun with this.
Thank you.
I'm always glad to do this, man. I'm happy we did this again. Anytime, man. Listen, anytime we can make this work, I'm down for it, bro. This is all love on this side, man.
And I have the schedule saved now, so I know when you have to pick up your son. So now I know, so we can always plan around it. So I have it in the calendar every week when you're going to pick up your son. So we'll just plan around it. Let's do something every week. This is kind of fun, and it kind of takes the edge off the main channel. We can just kind of chat around, talk, and then just have some fun. So this is really awesome.
And it's also a different way of looking at weirder things. And like, you already cover a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
But this is even more baffling. Like, damn, I'm going to be up until 3 a.m. going like, God damn, why did that dude jump back like a cricket?
Yeah. And I will guarantee you will not find an answer that will fit your mind. If you do, let me know.
I'll be in a nursing home at age 93 going, that bald motherfucker did that push hand thing.
Yeah. And I know Tai Chi people have even challenged this guy, Adam, to be like, hey, Adam, come show your form of interpretation of Tai Chi to us. We want to see it. So I know even Tai Chi people are baffled.
Man, listen, if the Tai Chi people are also upset here, this requires more in-depth analysis. I want to hear more from them. I want to like start hearing more from those folks being so vocal, specifically why they're so animated about this whole situation with this cat, because that just seems so I would imagine that the things they've got to say are very interesting.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. So that could be, for people watching, that could be another really fun video we do soon, where I bring in Victor and we get a few Tai Chi people together and we kind of have this little group talk where we talk to the Tai Chi people as to why they think the Meisner stuff's weird. And then we also give an outsider perspective, my perspective, Victor's perspective.
Or we could do like a mailbag type thing. We gotta get more information from them and like be able to expand on it at length if you want.
Yeah. I like that too. I like that. Cool. So I think this is a good stopping point. So Victor will go now. But Victor, this was a good little fun chat, and then I will get this up soon. And for viewers, if you see this, maybe I'll put like a fuller version on the dojo with some of those clips we mentioned that might be questionable to show on YouTube. So we'll have a fuller version on the dojo or I can even send you the file. You could put it like natively on Bloody Elbow, whatever works for you.
All right. Well, yeah, no problem, man. Again, massive pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Victor. Have a nice day.
Thank you.